If you look at the quality of our assets, they are good assets, and our NPA provisioning is good. Our gross assets is also gross NPAs are good. So I don't think it's an issue of the quality of assets. What I look at is that in the environment today, there's a lot of consolidation that's taking place. There is demand for credit is much more than the supply. And over time, I see that there will be fewer people who will be able to give credit in the system. And that's where, if you have a strong balance sheet in this time today, you can build that. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at
14,000 crores towards growth of the portfolio.
It will be towards growth, yes.
Okay.
Because, our debt equity ratio by the end of March will be less than 1.5 times.
Your debt equity ratio by the end of March will be less than 1.5 times.
Yes, and that for a financial service, as you know, is it's a very low debt equity. So we have taken it as a strategy to lower the debt equity today so that there is enough opportunities to grow in the future. The cost of funding, in fact, when you are giving long-term loans, wholesale loans is not an issue because there are very few providers of this capital today, providers of the debt to the wholesale market, whether it's in real estate, whether it's elsewhere. So we have an opportunity to actually increase the yields and the rates that customers are willing to pay. So the net interest margin still remains good. But in spite of that, our costs will considerably come down, and I see that in the below 9% coming in the first quarter next year. We have said that we want to diversify our book. We want to make it more granular. What do we mean by that? So we mean that not only do we do wholesale lending, everybody thinks we only do wholesale lending to real estate, but we will diversify the book beyond real estate and wholesale. But more importantly, we are diversifying in getting to get much more retail, whether it's in housing finance, whether it is other consumer finance. So when we look at an acquisition, what we would do is to see that there is some strategic fit with our portfolio. Just to acquire something to grow our book is not what we're looking for. As far as our wholesale real estate developer book is concerned, it is now 24,000 crores. It has come down over time. Secondly, during this period, you've seen that there have been many people who have looked at our book and have actually done either co-investing or they have refinanced the book. So they have looked at the quality of book that we have seen. Thirdly, if you look at it, we did not stop lending to these developers. We continued lending till the June quarter of this year. What happens is first of all, when you select the developer, we've been saying this consistently, I think, for the last 3 years, that consolidation is taking place in the real estate space, and only the top developers will succeed. So if you look at our book, these are only top developers that are there. So that's one, the choice of developers, the choice of project. We've also been saying that the way we have structured the projects or the loans in such a way that they are by and large IBC-proof, so that we are significant lenders and we have a say to say that they don't go to IBC. What happens is very often developers, even if it's a small creditor, can take you to the.
So how are you IBC proofing a loan?
So we are if it is in a subsidiary and if it is well, say, guarded by us, then it's fine. And we have been lending to these developers. So if you look at our loans, we have lent 19,000 crores. So the projects are not suffering. What the government is talking now today, that we want to create a fund which will fund last minute. So all these have meant that the quality has been good. Second thing is that as far as we have been also able to resolve many of the issues that our developers had. So it's not that all have been successful. There have been delays, but because of the security that we have with the legal documents, we have been able to move development from one developer to the other.